Hey guys, welcome back to Test Subject 17 as I will be reading Chapter 3 today. If you hear people in the voice, or Lord of mercy, English, if you hear people in the background, don't mind them. That's just my parents. Basically, they're in their room watching a movie. So I might try to combine chapters 3 and 4 in this video. If not, then 4 will be its own video, which I will try to record and post today, as well as chapter 5, but 6 is not quite ready yet. I haven't even published it yet, and I'm still reading through it and everything. So, I think that's all I want to say. I'm not sure. But without any further ado, let's head into this wonderful book. Oh, and if you want to see how many chapters I actually have for this book, I didn't read to you guys the preview because it didn't really think it would make sense unless people were actually reading this. But so far there's like 17 chapters to it, but 17 hasn't really been so as you can see, it's a pure draft. So yeah, but I guess as you can guess by the titles of these chapters, a lot happens. But is 6 a draft? 6 is a draft. Okay, go back. I'm a scrolling master. Crap. Okay, finally got back to chapter 3. I could probably have just switched to chapter 3 to be at the little side thingy, but didn't feel like it. And also, I never knew you could get ads going backwards. I knew going forwards you could get them, but backwards? Anyways, I've put this off. Okay, so let's start before I find another reason to keep talking. So, this chapter has been revised just like the other two and the rest of them that will be out soon. This is on a platform called Wattpad. WA, the letter T as in Tom, T as in Tom, A, P as in pillow, A, D as in dog. So, if you want to give me a follow, I changed my username. It is no longer Bunny for Life. It is actually Queen Bunny 04 with the Q and the B both capitalized, and then the numbers 04 at the end. Or you can just look the book up like I stated before. But once again, let's actually get to this darn video. Chapter 3. Memories. Our minds seem to have two purposes in this world: to keep us sane and happy as good things go through our head, and to haunt us forever when we make mistakes. The memories can strike at the worst of times, too. That's bad grammar on my part. We could be with someone we really like and we're reminded of the things we did wrong, or want to fade away from life, and then bam, we have reasons to live. I never would have expected them to actually give us life. Also, just so you know, if I ever separate the chapters between people's points of view, like one chapter is from 17's point of view, and the other one is from Natalia's point of view. The next chapter after Natalia or 17 is going to be in 17's point of view, unless there's a little symbol that I use that symbolizes when there's either a jump in time or a point of view change. But back to the book. She sits up quickly, despite my attempts to make her fall asleep, and turns around and looks at me. Our eyes lock, and I can almost see the pain in her heart. Hard to miss it, actually. It stains her clothes. She stands up, backing up to the door and running out. I hate chasing people. I really do. I know I'm supposed to be working, technically, but still, this is too much. I jump out of the bed and run after her, nearly tripping down the stairs as I try to catch up. She turns around and heads for the back door. Why won't you just let me kill her? I want to go home already. I reach the bottom of the steps, and she stares at me, opening the door and running out. I groan in irritation and go after her. Did this girl used to run track? My long legs make it easy to keep up, but I still run out of breath tearing through the woods. I can hear the girl's labored breathing as her steps become less coordinated and she begins slowing down. A sadistic grin covers my face as the space between us lessens. The girl trips over something and falls to her hands and knees, a loud ow coming from her. She attempts to crawl away inconspicuously. I shake my head at her weak try for escape. I wouldn't do that if I were you, miss. She glances back at me, my run slowing to a walk. Despite my warning, she keeps crawling. I reach for a stick on the ground, probably what tripped her, and break it in half. I throw one at each of her hands, grazing the skin slightly. She halts and looks at me, terrified. When I get to her, she backs up with her hands, trying to get away still. I glance at the way she moves, and I can see the natural curves of her body. My jaw tightens as a weird urge to touch them creeps into my mind. She stares back at me, fear washing over her in waves, over and over again, beating with her no doubt rapid heart. Those beautiful honey eyes begin to glow a navy blue as she crawls away from me. She glances behind her as she bumps into a tree. Listen, this will be quick and painless if you let me do my job. I don't want to hurt you more than I have to, but will if you force me, I say, trying to assure her. Yeah, great job there. The girl looks terribly familiar, but I can't place where or why. Something about the way she looks at me makes me feel like a kid again. But all that comes with that is the years of harsh training and many killings. I blink and look down, hoping that whatever this is fades. I'm a killer, not a hopeless romantic, or the kid I used to be. I'm not afraid of anything anymore. No, not like I used to be. The glow fades from her eyes as tears run down her red cheeks. Her breath hadn't returned from running away. I reach the girl and kneel in front of her, wiping the tears. Why do I care about her stupid bodily fluids? Clenching my teeth, I examine her face, trying not to wipe the new tears. Why? What are you doing this for? She stares at me fearfully. I can see the terror in her posture, the way she cowers against the tree, and for some reason, it makes my chest hurt. What do people call this again? Heartache or heartbreak? More importantly, why do I have it? Orders are orders. Sorry, love. I smile at her and pull out a knife. I know at least 1,000 different ways to kill someone painlessly, quickly, or slow and painful. But I hesitate this time. Something in me feels off. Like I know I shouldn't. Although I know I can do it, and what happens if I don't? My hand starts to shake as I bring the blade to her neck. The moonlight glints off the metal, and a small noise escapes from her mouth. She looks at me, tears falling fast and freely. Her horror covers me, and I stop, the knife gently resting against her jugular vein. A sob is heard, and it sounds like it came from the girl before me, although I'm not sure it was her. And soon, everything fades away. Now, I'm pretty sure you may have noticed these little cute emojis, but you're gonna be seeing more of these from now on, to be honest. Natalia, I call in a sing-song voice. The bushes, bleh. The bushes giggle, and I grin, walking towards it slowly. This is always her hiding spot, but I never say anything. Makes the game fun. It was our own game we made up. One of us would hide, and the other one would try to find them. If they did without making any noise, we would scare each other. But I always give away my location. Don't know why, but I really like the look on her face when she wins. Don't you want to play with me? The closer I get to the bush, the louder the giggles got. The louder the giggles get. Lord of mercy, I don't even know what I wrote. Maybe she doesn't know how to play, which is hard since we... Boo! Natalia shouts, startling me and ruining my train of thought. After a second, we both start laughing and fall to the ground. I lay upside down, facing her. It almost looks like a romance movie. I'm quite positive. You've got me 4 times, and I've got you 3, meaning you won fair and square. What should we do now? I asked, sitting on my elbows, watching the smile on her face. I really think she looks pretty. Mom said that she'd help plan my wedding when I get older. I wonder if I'll marry Nat. Just then, her face starts turning pink, like she can hear my thoughts. I feel mine get hot, and I look at the sky, letting the summer breeze cool me down. When I look back at Natalia, she's shaking her head really fast. My face scrunches into a worried look before she smiles. Want to go convince your mom to give us a cookie? They should be done by now, she asks. A slow grin creeps on my face, and she giggles again. Yes, I do. Come on, Nat. We both get up, running from the backyard and into the house, trying to get there first and win. Mommy, I yell, entering the kitchen. It's set up the same way Nat's is. There's a long counter that makes sorta like a bar. The stove is against the back wall, which is to my right when I come in from the back. The pantry is also to my right, the front door slightly visible from where I stand. Mom doesn't answer me like she normally does, making me worry a bit. The good feeling in me is slowly starting to fade as I glance at Nat. Mommy? She goes into the kitchen and stops immediately. AJ? She whimpers, staring at something. I walk to where she is, and I can see what made her stop. I have no clue how I missed the blood on the wall and cabinets, but somehow I did. The cookies we were going to ask for were never made and have weird gray stuff on it. I don't know what happened, but something tells me Mom is gone. Something warm and wet falls down my cheeks, and I hurry to wipe them so Nat doesn't see. But that's not the part that made us both stop in our tracks. There was a thick and heavy trail of what I'm sure is my mom's blood leading to the living room. Everything starts to tingle slowly. It starts in my neck and goes to my arms, lighting up the nerves all the way down to my tiptoes. Stay behind me, Nat, I whisper, trying to keep calm. She feels just as scared as I do. She shouldn't panic. I reach out to her with my relaxed feeling, even though I am anything but relaxed. As I slowly walk towards my living room, something feels wrong. I don't hear the TV anymore. I swear Dad was watching football or something when I went outside. A bad feeling settles in my tummy, and I feel like I'm gonna throw up. We walked into the living room, freezing once again. Mommy? Daddy? Everything was gone. I heard nothing, saw nothing. My parents were dead. Another bad mistake on my part. There should not be an H there. My breathing gets quicker and my eyes burn. The warm, wet things fall down my face again, and I don't even care this time. I run to them, denial fighting everything I see. I grab my mom's hand, and it's still warm. This is a fresh body. I take hold of my dad's shoulders and shake him, shouting, begging and pleading him to wake up. His eyes roll to the back of his head, and it takes everything in me not to scream. They're gone now. I have no parents. The pain in my chest gets heavier and thicker, feeling like it's gonna crush my lungs as reality sets in. Why would someone want to kill my parents? We're nice people. A sob comes from my lips as the tears flow down my face. Don't leave me, I whisper to them, knowing they can't hear me. Just don't go. I'll be a better kid, I promise. Please don't leave. I hear footsteps on the stairs, and it jolts me from my crying session. 3 guys with guns appear, one of them going for my friend, the other 2 for me, but I jump away. Why isn't Nat leaving? Before the guy can get her, my fear is transferred to him. Run, Nat, I yell, pushing her towards the door. I run after her, trying to hold her hand so we can leave together, but someone grabs my arm. Turning to look, one of the guys that came for me has a hold on my wrist. You're not going anywhere, he says. The other 2 start after Natalia, but I do my best and focus on them, my fear and pain being sent like radio waves. One stops and the other looks around. Something gets stabbed below my spine, and a scream is let loose from my throat, making me lose my hold on the soldiers. The one that stops looked at me, fury in his eyes. Ice spreads from where he stands, quickly reaching me. The coldness sweeps up my legs, literally freezing me in place. I see the second soldier go out the back door. Consciousness ebbs in and out as my eyes become heavy. What did you stab him with? The Iceman says. A laugh comes from behind me, and whatever was in my back is taken out, pain surging through me. A poison blade, specifically made from my blood, the voice says. I can feel everything draining away. The voice is going fuzzy like a bad TV channel. Antidote. Boss, you, kid back, dies. I try my best to piece what they're saying, but I can't. Eventually, I slip away from this world, leaving everything. Back to reality. Instantly, I let go of the girl, shaken by what I just saw. The hell was that? I yell at her. The tears in her eyes and shocked expression tells me she saw it too. It was a memory. Your memory, she stutters. She goes to touch my skeet, Lord of mercy. English. She goes to touch my cheek, pausing for a second, her warm hand spreading over my cool skin. AJ? No, it's impossible. My memory is gone. There is no way she can just give me something back like that. My name is 17, not AJ, I state, trying to loose this hopeful feeling in my chest. I don't have anyone. More tears have fallen on her face. Whoops. Out of instinct, I wipe them away. Why do I care so much if she cries? I close my fist, pulling my hand away. I start to walk away. I can't do this contract. I just can't. I put the knife back in its holder. I'll just have to report she wasn't where they said she'd be and take whatever backlash may come. It's not a name, it's a nickname. Your first and middle initials are A and J. Alexander John. The girl yells after me. I keep walking. Oh yeah? Then what's my last name? I ask, turning around to look at her. I can see a sad smile on her face. She stands up and starts walking towards me. Mickelson. Alexander John Mickelson. You were my best friend. I stare at her blankly, wanting it all to be a lie, but something in me knows what she says is true. Please remember me, she whispers. I don't want to. I can't. You are an anomaly. You are an anomaly. This is some cruel trick. She looks hurt, but I guess me not trying to kill her has given her some type of hope. So, Natalia Emma Rose. We used to live next door until they took you. She blurts out instantly. I look at her and she looks back. She touches my face again, scanning my eyes for something, like she can see something I can't. I want this. I want this very badly, but it's too good to be true. It can't be real. I can't accept it. Slowly her hope breaks. I can feel it drain from her, and I see it leave her eyes. I'm sorry. Still, she smiles. It's fine. It's only been, 13 years? I've been beating myself up over it every day, every second, hating myself because I left you. But I guess I got my wish. The hurt in her voice makes my heart wrench and my chest hurt. I asked you to stay away. Now you are. Natalia turns to walk away, shoulders hunched as she hugs herself. I said I'm sorry. What more do you expect me to say? I shout. She stops, looking back at me. For my entire life, as far as I knew, they could have found me on the side of the road. Don't expect me to just remember everything that they tried so hard to make me forget. That does something as she storms back towards me. You poor idiot boy. It's your choice to remember. It's your choice for this, she says as she grabs my hand. My heart skips a beat as she gazes at me. Blech. As she gazes at me. No, it's not. Listen, I can't kill you. That I know. But I have to leave, I tell her. Our hands drop as her eyes water a bit. Don't cry. You have no reason to. What's the point of chasing a life you don't remember? Just like that, the entire atmosphere changes. Natalia looks down, and I can feel everything just leave her. Then go. Go back to the people that killed your parents and took your life away. She breathes quietly. I can fend for myself out here. Turning to walk away, something tugs inside me, wanting nothing more than to go back to her. I glance over my shoulder, and she's on her knees, crying and watching me leave. Hee 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 hee. When I reach the facility again, it's at least 9:30. I've missed roll, which is about 8:45, and check, which is about 15 minutes later. The guard at the door looks at me with a smug look on his face as I walk by. Normally, I would threaten him and make him cower before me, but all I want is to get in and sleep. You're a little late, aren't you? And to believe that you can work with me. What a joke. He laughs. I roll my eyes and walk past him. As I check back into the place, my eyes feel heavier and heavier and my body becomes more and more exhausted. By the time I reach my room, the rock-hard bed is a very welcome sight. I lay down and it seems like my body is floating. You seem a little more tired than usual, a voice says from behind me. A very loud and audible groan rumbles in my throat. What on God's green earth do you want? I grumble, looking up. 13 and Company stands by my door. He must have teleported them here. Do they ever give up? Jeez. We want to talk to you, 17. Maybe we can work out a compromise or something. 21 says, staring at her toes. I roll my eyes and lay back down on my single pillow. Good luck with that. I'm exhausted and would like to sleep. Now get out. I close my eyes, trying to just sleep. That girl in the woods changed me. Normally, I would threaten to break their arms or something, bleed them out. No threats? 6 asks. I guess they picked up on it too. I knew there was hope. She squeals a little, and I can hear someone walk closer to me. Go away, please, I groan irritably. Instead, someone sits on my bed. God dang it. I open my eyes and glare at the offending person, ruining any possibility of my sweet sleeping bliss. No, something's wrong with you. I can feel it. 6 stares at me, her eyes glowing orange. She has a truth ability, which makes her great at interrogations, a way to see who's lying and who's not. What? 21 asks. 6 shakes her head, a look of confusion on her face. Say that 10 times fast. She looks at the other 2, standing by the door still, and walk closer to us. He's changed. I found hints of a memory from something from long ago. Wait, what? I question, thoroughly intrigued now. Everyone stares at me, shocked. 21 walks towards me slowly, like I'm gonna bite her head off or something. What did you find? The girls look at me and 6's face says it all. My childhood memory. It's something from when he was a kid, before STYA. I saw him being brought here. His parents were killed, and I grab a hold of her arm before she has a chance to say anything else. Her head whips around to look at me. I don't know why exactly, but I feel my heart beating uncontrollably and my stomach twisting. I recognize this feeling. It's the same one from that memory I had earlier tonight. Fear. But what am I scared of? Are you gonna say something? I ask. It feels like my mouth moves on its own, and I understand why I'm afraid. Back when we first get here, we have no memory of anything. The person that oversees us for our first few years tells all of us to alert them if we can remember anything before being brought here or if someone else does. Excuse me. Lots of kids disappeared around then without any explanation. I was always scared of it until my fear left me. Then I forgot about it. I didn't care if I remembered anything because I wasn't going to tell anyone anyways. But now, the possibility of leaving or being killed makes me think of one person. Natalia. My heart drops to my stomach and I stare at the floor. I treated them so badly. I wouldn't be surprised if they did tell. We may be killer 17, but we're not heartless, 21 says, smiling gently. I nod my head, letting go of 6. Don't worry, we're here for you. Thanks, I mumble. I don't think I can sleep now. All I can think about and see is Natalia. She looked so heartbroken as I left. I have to see her again. Everyone looks confused. See who? 13 questions. He spots the envelope I sort of just pushed to the floor and picks it up. Is this who you mean? Yes, she I don't know how to explain it, but I need her. Everything seems off without her. I sit up and look at my friends. Wow, that word feels funny and foreign. Whoa. But how? You know we're not allowed out. It's not like I could teleport you there or something. There's an ability block from the inside. And it's gonna take a couple days for them to confirm your kill, 13 rambles. He keeps going on about it, and it hits me. They're gonna find her. I have to get out before then. I have to leave. It's important that they don't find her. I go to stand, terror filling my blood at the thought of losing the only thing connecting me to my past. Six stands up as well, staring at me defiantly. Why? She left you, didn't she? We've been here for you and have all experienced the same thing. Our families are gone, she says. Pretty sure she took that from my memory. I mean, it makes sense. Like I said before, what's the point of searching for a life you have no memory of? It makes the perfect soldier. She's the key to unlocking everything, and I can't stay here knowing that these people killed the people I love most. So what? We are, Six yells. Her body shakes as her fists curl in anger. I let out a long, deep breath.